Hi peeps, Tess back in the old squat box once again, and this is definitely going to be a short video. Now we all know that a lot of Republican fundamentalist lifers, you know, those people who think that life begins at conception, and that bunch of cells, when it becomes a bunch of cells, should be given all the rights of a human being, and should never have the legal right to be terminated in any way whatsoever. And if a woman dares to terminate that pregnancy at any time after conception, be it 10 weeks, 13 weeks, 40 weeks into the pregnancy, she finds a reason to terminate the pregnancy and goes and sees a doctor, which is legally her right at the moment in America, and decides, I need to terminate this pregnancy for my own health, you know what I mean? Or simply because, well, I've got 13 kids, I really can't afford the 14th, because especially with the Republicans saying that we've got to cut child benefit, we've got to cut food stamps, we've got to cut all this tax exemption I get for having lots of kids. If they're going to do that, I can't afford to possibly have this 14th kid, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, and so she decides they're not really sure which sort of legal retribution should be passed upon her, what judgment she should have to have passed upon her, but they still say it should be illegal. I'm just wondering, when a woman gets pregnant and she desperately wants to have that child and she refuses all medical help, all medical sort of advice to say that the child is actually in a terrible position in the womb, it's actually an ectopic pregnancy, and carrying the baby to term is probably going to kill you. If that woman decides that she still wants to have that child, and that child, protected as it is in the womb, as far as the Christian fundamentalist lifers are concerned, it's got the right for that woman to say that and to refuse to abort the child and to have the child. But then when the child is born, it's no longer under those laws, it's under the normal laws of society. And as that ectopic pregnancy fetus is responsible for the death of its mother, my God. We talk all the time about regicide and infanticide, but to kill your own mother, to be responsible for the death of your own mother. Surely that newly born infant, the day it's born and murdered its mother, surely that child should be up on charges of manslaughter or murder. I mean, it must have known by being born that it was going to kill its mother. God obviously put that knowledge into its head, because that's what God does, isn't it? So that child is a murderer. On the day it's born and killed its mother, that child is a murderer. So what sort of legal recourse are we going to exact upon that newborn child? What are we going to throw it in jail? Are we going to say, well, you're not entitled to medical facilities because you've never paid any tax? Why should you get medical facilities to keep you alive? Not you've murdered your mother. You know what I mean? You damn horrible mother murdering fetus. You know what I mean? Are we going to murder that child now? We're going to put it on death row. Perhaps we have to go through several sessions of appeals, and but eventually, once it's 21, it's probably that age by the time it's finished its appeals, then hang it for murdering its mother. I'm just wondering, would the Christians, would the lifers, would the anti-choice, pro-life people think about that? When a fetus is responsible for the death of its mother, do we take it to court for murder, manslaughter, women murder? I don't know. I'm just saying, it's a question that must arise when we give it the rights of a human being. It surely has to have the consequences as well of being a human being. If your actions you know, result in the death of another person, albeit your mother, what sort of charges do we put upon that 1 day old child? You know, because obviously murdered its mother. It killed its mother. Without that child being born, its mother would still be alive. So it's murdered. It's either murdered or it's responsible for its death. That's manslaughter. It might be, you know, well, it's an accidental death. But even accidental deaths, you know, it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided if the mother had the choice. So, you know, or if the doctors had the right to impose their decision that it's definitely going to take the life of a citizen of America. This pregnancy will take the life of a citizen of America. Shouldn't that citizen be protected? Isn't that the government's responsibility to protect its citizens? I mean, she can sign a document saying she's a citizen. She could actually pass. She might even have had to have passed, I mean, one of these tests to prove she's an American citizen. You know what I mean? The citizenship test. You know, she might have gone through that. The child hasn't went through that yet, but the child just gets a free ticket. Isn't that why they don't let the Mexicans in? You know what I mean? You might have been brought here. You might even have been born here by an illegal, and that thus making you an American citizen, but you weren't registered, and so you don't. Well, that child's not registered. It's never registered them. It's never signed anything. So on its first day, is it responsible for the murder of an American citizen? Should it be treated as a terrorist? I mean, let's face it. Some of these babies could be terrorist babies. She could have had sex with a Muslim. I mean, somewhere. Could be a Muslim baby. Could be a Muslim baby. Maybe this is how the Muslims are going to take over. Their babies kill their mothers. So they're killing Americans as they're born. And you know, so all these people who think, you know, yeah, pro-life, but what if that wife has taken American citizens' lives as they're brought into being? Do they deserve to be, you know, charged? You know what I mean? At least questioned, I would think. Questioned. Did you do this on purpose? And I reckon that not being able to answer the question, not answering the question, remaining silent, maybe that should be taken as a yes, you know what I mean? Maybe that silence should be taken as an affirmative. That are you a terrorist? Did you deliberately kill your mother in order to help take over the American nation for the, you know, the Arab Brotherhood, Muslim Brotherhood? You know, it could be. It could be. I'm just putting a question out there for you lifers. You know what I mean? What do we do in such a case? A Muslim child murders a perfectly good American citizen, probably a Republican fucking voter. You're going to let them off with it? Oh, I don't know. I reckon we've got to, like, you know, settle this out in law so we know exactly where we stand, you know. Anyway, as long as you've motherfuckers.